Hi, so today I want to talk to you about improvisation because I have been asked so many times, how do you practice improvisation? How do you get to that point of being inspired and, it just seems so easy and you seem so free. Hi, I'm Raphaëlle Brochet and I'm a singer, improviser, ethnomusicologist, and mom. And I provide personal coaching and singing and improvisation in the fields of jazz and world music. First of all, what is improvisation? Well, for me, it's the mix of two things. You have, of course, the technical skills, the mastery of your instrument, of the discipline, but also inspiration. You have, of course, all the technical skills that you have to learn in order to be able to, play. You're going to have to master your instrument, whether it's a guitar, piano, or a voice, you're going to have to learn how to play, right? Then there's a theory with many aspects to it, so such as the harmony, the rhythm, and then the style that you choose to play, which is going to impact your phrasing, the way you play, the way you sound. You don't sing bebop or Latin jazz the same way you sing rock or country music, right? And there's a whole repertoire associated with it that you're going to have to learn as well. But that's the basic, and again, it depends on what style you play and what you feel like doing. For my part, I ended up studying many things other than the subjects I had in music school. So that's the school of life, right? I went into South Indian music, Persian music. I listened to quite a lot of Baroque stuff, and then it's fun because you do your own thing. And finally, all that makes you the artist that you are and complete the unique signature of yours. The list is long and you probably already know it because either you are, learning music, or you are interested in learning music, or you are enrolled in a conservatory or music school or whatever. So this is something we know already. What we are not told in the conservatory is the other part that's as important as the first one. The state of presence that will enable inspiration and creativity. Because now that you have learned all those skills, you have the technique, the ability to express yourself. Okay, that's good, but when it comes to performing, improvising, and generally speaking, being creative with your craft, then you realize that the technique is not enough. It's not the knowledge of harmony or any theory class that you had in school that will give you the inspiration, the charisma to stand before a crowd, the power of having something to say. That comes from another place. But then, how? When I am on stage and I play, I always open. It's just about thinking about it. Like, okay, I just take a split second to be like, okay, I open the tap water. There's this guy called Grégory Mutombo in France. He says that human beings are like tap. To get tap water, you have to open the tap. Otherwise, no water is coming. It's an analogy to how we give and receive. In order to give, you have to receive first. The tap doesn't create the water. It receives it before. From the source. You cannot give if you haven't received before. Well, you can a little bit, like let's say the tap water is closed. Maybe you can give a couple of drops with a lot of efforts and time. But that's all. It's not much. It's the same for us in music. If you don't open to something higher than you, you will not be able to receive the inspiration that will enable you to give. Okay. This is about tapping into the source, letting the flow go through you. This connection to the source is your inspiration, is your creativity, is the love that you give to the world. And this doesn't come from the mind, it comes from a deeper place. Something bigger, much vaster than your mind, than your person. A powerful, silent place. And by connecting to it, you are not separated anymore. Like the ray from the sun, you are an extension, an emanation of the source. And the source then speaks through you. You can say that the source uses your skills and your mastery of the instrument to express itself to the world. You are then serving a higher purpose. And then, only then, can you be truly creative and truly improvising. Of course, both are important, the inspiration and the skills. If you have only inspiration and no technique, you can always be inspired to the end of the world. You will not be able to convey anything because you don't have the skills to express something. It's like love needs arms to embrace, right? I can feel all the love of the world for you, but if I cannot embrace you with my arms, you will not notice that I love you, right? So the skills, the voice, the guitar are like these arms. Receive the inspiration and embrace. Receive the inspiration and sing and improvise. You are the channel. Actually, maybe if there's only one effort to make, is the one of just letting go, which is the hardest things for us, right? For the mind. The mind is so used to taking control over everything. It's like, wait, I have to let go? You mean I have to not do anything, not think, not control, not try to understand, not try to judge, am I doing the right scale? Was it the right chord? Maybe this solo is too long. I should maybe, I'm not sure I'm inspired enough. If you start thinking about all the things, you close the flow. Because the mind is overtaking, it's taking control. You cannot access this higher vibration states if your mind is taking control, because the mind corresponds to a lower frequency. And both are necessary. The mind, the skills, the technique is serving the higher purpose that is actually coming from the source. It's not even you. It's not even you anymore. I know when people come to me after a concert and they're touched, some of them they cry, they're like, what happened? I'm like, it's not me. The magical moment, the moment that was really magical, was not me. It's not me. But I let it happen, so it's good that I did it. But it's not me who generated all this love and this light. There are many techniques also, many doors that will lead you to that state of presence. First of all, know that this is in you all the time. There's no place to reach, right? This is there already. It doesn't really matter, actually, what technique you choose, as long as it helps you to connect to this state of just letting be. Letting things be. Thank you very much for listening to me. There will be more. Okay, bye. See you later. Bye-bye.